Hello and welcome to yet another pointless video by Mr. Blonde of the Division IGR. This is me playing Intel Operative Rescue, a mission in Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes. I'm making a bit of an effort to post more content of this game because Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain is coming out in a couple of days, and my voice might not sound like it, but oh my god, am I ever excited for this game. It's going to be something else, man. It's so much content has been coming out of the game so far, and we're getting close. The review embargo was just lifted. I'm seeing 9s and 10s all over the place. The game looks massive. The game director, Kojima, he's claimed sometimes that the game's too big to finish. It's shaping up to be one of the better experiences of this console generation, at least for me. One thing that I'm a little worried about that somebody mentioned, I think it was Jim Sterling, and I'm going to mention him again later on. He mentioned that microtransactions are apparently present in the game. Now, it's important to preface this by mentioning the base building feature. If you're not familiar with the base building feature in the Phantom Pain, it is a basically you start a base, mother base, you start it up, you get to shape it, you get to add struts to it, fix the guard routes, add in security cameras, whatever you need to do to keep it safe, to keep it productive. You get to faulting in soldiers to staff the place. You need to faulting in resources to keep the place supplied. All that good stuff. Now, as well as mother base, you're also going to be able to create forward operating bases, which are a portion of the game's multiplayer capabilities. Basically, you start a forward operating base, mines resources, it does all that stuff, but enemy players can invade that base, steal your resources, steal your guards, steal your jeeps, steal your whatever, and you have to put a stop to it. If they get invaded, you'll get a notification. You can go back and deal with it yourself. You can also set up your guard patrols and surveillance cameras and stuff like that to make sure that they have as hard a time as possible doing that, regardless of whether you're there or not. Now, to do all this, you're going to need money. GMP is what it's called in the game. I think it's gross military production or something like that. Now, this was in Peace Walker, the previous Metal Gear Solid game, to have a feature like this. It works a bit differently. This time it's basically a currency, and apparently there are microtransactions. So that is a bit of a shame. I was hoping not to see microtransactions in this game. I'm hoping they're not very intrusive, and I don't think I'm going to be using them. Hopefully I can... Oh my god, that guy just got his head run right over. Hopefully it's not going to be necessary to use them to get a leg up on other players. But I can understand some people being offended at their presence. I'm not too worried about it. Normally I'm not a big fan of microtransactions, but yeah, it's a shame. Now, I factor in this business decision with a similar one. Recently, Hideo Kojima has stated his intention to leave Konami. I think his contract is expiring and he's not renewing it or something like that after this game is released. Certain ordeals with him have resulted in the canceling of Silent Hills, resulted in marketing problems with this game, and I'm worried that Konami, and I'm going to mention Jim Sterling here again, Konami they seem so out of touch right now. They seem to think that any random dick can just make these video games happen. But you need people like Hideo Kojima to give these games the vision that they have. Because without Hideo Kojima, Metal Gear Solid 1 wouldn't exist. Hypothetically, if he wasn't there and it did exist, it would not be the same game at all, and it probably wouldn't have succeeded like it did. And I've seen situations like this before. Anybody who's familiar with the SOCOM franchise knows what I'm getting at when I say that you need your creative director for the game to be good. That's just a fact. And I missed that guy right there, and I'm going to lose the trial because of it. I can't believe I missed him. You need your creative director. You need that source of vision. And Konami is flushing theirs down the toilet. I mean, Hideo Kojima has stated his intentions countless times to stop making Metal Gear games, ever since Metal Gear Solid 2. So, I suppose I should have expected this for a long time. I figured he would just never stop until he passed on, but I don't know. I hope the guy gets a break, because he's probably really tired of making these games. I hate to say it, but I'm glad he continued, because I've enjoyed all of them. But yeah, hopefully he can find solace after his tenure with Konami. It's a very long tenure. He's been there since the 80s, man. But yeah, this looks to be, it might just be the last Metal Gear Solid that is worth playing, unfortunately. I don't know what they're going to do with them after this. Hopefully nothing, if they don't have Hideo Kojima there, or anybody who can make a suitably, like, a game that can live up to the older ones. But, you know, whatever, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. It sucks, but there are other games to look forward to. This is a very good year. It's shaping up to be a very good year for video games, because we've got this coming out, we've got Rainbow Six Siege coming out, we've got The Division coming out. Funny namesake. We've got Fallout 4. Oh man, am I excited for Fallout 4. We've got so many games coming out. I was so just flabbergasted this past year playing Battlefield 4 and this repeatedly, because there just wasn't that much for me on the PS4 that I was interested in. And now we're seeing that surge of games coming out for the next gen consoles, current gen consoles, whatever they're called now. It's going to be great. Now, I'm going to mention this. This is the stun pistol that I'm using right here in first person. The reason I'm using the stun pistol is this is, of course, a CIA black site staffed by U.S. Marines, and in the game. And a lot of the people who are going to be watching this video that I know personally that are big supporters of the military probably wouldn't be a good idea to set my commentary to a video of me shooting up U.S. Marines in a CIA base. I mean, they're doing some sickening things here. They're torturing people. They're putting bolts through their Achilles tendons, for God's sakes. But, you know, it's just a touchy thing. I decided to go with the stun pistol for this one. But, anyways, just a quick disclaimer there. I feel bad for the guy who got his head caved in by the Jeep. I feel bad for this BMP that I'm going to blow up. I just feel, not really. I mean, come on. Let's be serious, it's a video game. But anyways, as I was saying, very good year for video games. Really excited to see what we've got in store for us, because ambition is the key word here this year, is ambition. This game coming up, the Phantom Pain, so ambitious as far as Metal Gear Solid games go, with all these new mechanics coming and stuff like that, radical gameplay differences. It's crazy to see. Fallout 4 is such an ambitious looking game, with the settlement system, with all of the weapon mods and stuff like that. Very ambitious game. Siege, very ambitious tactical shooter to come out in a predominantly arcadey shooter market, and I'm excited to see how it fares knowing that, and being a fan of a certain tactical shooter that you probably know the name of. I'm really excited to see where this will take us, because it's going to be a completely different landscape for the PS4 and the Xbox One coming up very soon. Here we were gonna, I would think that would take out a helicopter, but I guess not. I would think that two of them would definitely do it, but I guess not. There, yeah, all right. Yeah, see, I couldn't avoid that either. That was kind of necessary. Actually, I think you might be able to take out the gunner and not the, whatever. Whatever. I did it. Anyway, yeah, we are nearing the end of the mission. This is the extraction portion. Extracting the creative director of this game. It's going to be, this game, The Phantom Pain, is going to be amazing, I think, and I will be definitely posting a lot of content on it, and I hope to see you guys watching it. Of course, if it's actually worth watching, that remains to be seen, I suppose. But yeah, it's looking good. It's coming out at a weird time, though. I'm about to go to university in September, and this game's coming out just before I leave, so I don't know how that's going to work out. It's going to be a bit of an odd situation, but hey, I mean, it's got to come out sometime, I suppose. And, you know, I wouldn't want to postpone the game just because of that. I'm not going to be able to get a binge in, but whatever. I'll just play it in smaller portions, I suppose. Probably fail my first semester just playing this game. Nah, I gotta take a minute to focus. But this is right here. This is the end of the mission. So I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Thank you for paying attention. Any feedback that you can give me would be appreciated as to how I can better my video editing and stuff like that. Thank you for watching again. Please like, rate, subscribe, even though this isn't on YouTube. Thank you.
That was perfect.
Boom, whip the boom. But yeah, thank you for watching. Signing off.